But your mic is blocking me. I don't like it.
Blocking you.
You know what?
That's better. Hey.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. You know what? I just thought about that. I don't like the hell Happy New Year at this
But
point.
you say it all the time.
No, I don't. Because I was
You
saying
get 2 weeks.
I feel like it's one.
Well, because what if you haven't seen somebody?
Sorry, we missed it. Because
I don't wish you a New Year.
No, seriously, it's not that I don't wish you a Happy New Year. I'm just saying at some point you gotta let it go, right? I mean, so if I don't see you at work, if you came back to work and I don't see you for the whole, you came back 2 weeks later, do I not say I'm still supposed to say Happy New Year?
Yes.
Because you
Really?
haven't seen the person.
Well, I mean, you don't have to say it, but if they know that they missed the beginning, the first week, they're going to come up to you and say, hey.
Right.
And I
Happy
just
New
be
Year.
instantly annoyed. It's between that, the Happy New Year, and at the end of the year in December, when everybody says, see you next year, those two things
They
And that one
irritate
is
you.
annoying.
annoy me to no end. So I just feel like that should be let go too. But anyway, I'm just saying, I just didn't know if there was a time frame. Somebody actually posted that on Facebook, like, is there a time frame of when you say Happy New Year? And I feel like, yes, like,
Yeah. I mean, it has to end it,
right. But everybody doesn't know when it ended. Like,
I
I feel like
I feel like
after,
you get 2 weeks because some people are still on vacation the first week.
Agreed.
that's not my problem. If you're still on
Well, it's
vacation,
your problem if they ain't seen you and they gonna keep saying
Because they
it.
gonna say it.
That's right.
and I'm not going to respond at that point. I'm just going to say, you know what? We are already halfway through the
Start
month.
the year off rude.
Exactly. Hello.
I'm just
Keyword,
saying,
happy.
we're halfway through the month. Enough already with the Happy New Year.
But if it's okay,
It ends in February.
Yo,
Valentine's Day.
it's like right because you know what? You know the people
That's
still
what it
saying Happy New Year until past the middle of the month. People still got their tree up. Like enough already. It's done. It's over. You know I packs mine up. You still got your tree up?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
My
Like,
decorations are down.
why do you still have
Usually
your
by the
tree
end.
up?
Because I haven't taken it down yet. It's pretty. I don't still turn it on, but it's still
Then
there.
why is it up? I'm just saying like it's those kind of things. Like
Yeah.
how long?
It is. I don't think
I will
it's
hope
about that.
because if it's a real tree, it'll be already burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, it'd be dry and dead.
Exactly.
You're
And
right.
forget it. All right, fine. Anyway, so I guess I'll say it. Happy New Year, viewers, since we haven't technically seen you since the beginning of the new year,
I
right?
think that's the reason why you gotta say
Okay,
it.
fine.
You haven't seen the person since last year.
Don't, wait, we
So we just
since like, okay, here we go with the last year.
'Cause
It
it
was 2
was.
weeks ago. All right,
but
fine.
it was last year.
Fine. Happy New Year. Any,
So uptight.
it just makes me anyway. So that's neither here nor there. The real purpose of us being here is to talk about the new year
The New Year.
and how not happy it is. No, I'm just
How we're happy
kidding.
about it.
Don't
No.
be sure it's happy.
But of course, everyone talks about New Year's resolutions, and I feel like now a lot of people are moving away from that because it's just like almost like I don't want to say a stigma, but it's like a negative connotation with New Year's resolutions now. Like I think people just
Yeah.
kind of like enough.
Because people are
already.
over it because they know that you started. Oh, I'm gonna do all these different things,
Right.
and then 3 weeks in, you're back to doing what you used to do.
Right.
So
And then, so it's like just don't
Just-
even.
yeah.
Right.
or come up with something that's makes more sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Instead
like,
of a
it's a
resolution.
year kickoff or something as
Right.
opposed to a resolution.
But do you think that gives people a reason to be like, okay, if I do New Year's, it's always a restart. Like
Right.
when you say
Right.
New Year
It's a
resolutions,
reset.
like okay, now it's a reset. Now I'm gonna get my stuff together. I'm going to the gym. You know the whole thing. But really, most of the time, there's really no transition from December, the previous year, to January.
Right.
For real. You think so?
No, I mean, I agree.
Cause like
I feel like, especially with me this year, I feel like with 45 in office, there's enough to let us down. So I'm not going to do it to myself by making a New Year's resolution that I know I'm not going to keep.
so you just gonna because 45 in office, you just gonna say
Nah.
I'm just out here doing whatever. I'm just out in these streets, just living my life.
Trump's America.
We live with enough to let down.
I
I'm
get
not
it.
doing it again.
But a lot of people I've heard just even in my conversations with friends and stuff, I even my good best friend in the whole wide world, Karima, even posted on her page like, yeah, nothing changed. I'm still just grinding like I always do, kind of
Right.
thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nothing's changed. Like I'm still just
Yeah.
continuing what I was doing last year.
Right. I think sometimes things don't change, but I think sometimes your perspective changes. So it may not necessarily be a resolution. I think that's what we want to talk about today. Is sort of what are the things that you are leaving behind? What are the things that you left in 2017 that even if you are continuing to grind, what lessons did you get from 2017? What experiences did you have in 2017 that caused you to reflect on, I'm not doing that in 2018, or I'm not bringing that with me in 2018? So it's not so much that it's a resolution, but it's a mindset of, yeah, I'm going to continue to grind, or I'm going to still be the same person, but I'm going to have a different outlook.
Right.
Because I'm not carrying something with me.
So let's create the new movement of the New Year check-in. Instead of saying a New Year's resolution, it's a New Year check-in. It's like checking what I did last year, what didn't work,
Right.
what did
Right.
not work for me last year, and what I need to change for this year.
That's right.
What do I need to improve upon to make this year better? Like, it's a check-in.
It is,
Yeah.
but I do think some people do need to make a change. Let's put that out there. Like some of y'all really need a whole new makeover. And I'm not talking about outer. I'm talking
Right.
about inner. And sometimes it does require maybe not a New Year's resolution, but you need to get your shit together. Like,
Right.
stop. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, sometimes,
Absolutely.
sometimes there is that's needed. But
Right.
I think
So if you look at it from the standpoint of, this is what I'm leaving in 2017 because it no longer serves me, then you're not so much putting pressure on yourself right out the gate to be a different person, but you're now like, okay, I'm going to use this year to figure out how to do something different.
right. But some of y'all should be a different person.
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
But if you
I'm
give,
just
but
saying,
if you
person
give,
away in
No, not the
2017?
whole. But what I'm saying is, I'm just saying
Yeah.
I'm saying some of us, because some of us do need to be ease into whatever the transition or the new
Right.
mindset.
Right.
Some of us need to make a hard turn, a
That's-
quick left. Like, okay, you need to make a real adjustment. That's all I'm saying. Like, everybody shouldn't, because sometimes people say like,
ju-
oh,
but
I want
just
to ease
saying,
into.
right, but just saying I need to make a hard turn is step one.
Right.
Because if you don't, but if you
But I just want to make sure the people who need to do a hard turn are really taking a hard turn. I'm just saying, some people who need to take the hard turn,
so they need to be pushed.
So that's
Yes.
why it's more of a check-in, because if you don't
You just
check
check
in,
it.
how you know?
How you know,
Like, if
right.
your village doesn't check you, well, you don't take a minute to reflect on things. Like, you're like,
Right.
That's-
like, okay, I've gotten into
Right.
several
You
fights,
can't-
several arguments,
Right.
several jobs, whatever it is. You gotta check in.
You
Right.
do, because I don't want that
That's
person
right.
that needs to make the hard left or hard right, whichever turn they need to make, just look up in the mirror and say, perfect. No. You need to make this right. World stop. Right. No. Some of us do need to do that. So anyway, but just
Yeah.
to kind of piggyback on what you're
Yeah.
saying, like some of it, we do need to be easy on ourselves. Because I think that,
Yeah.
to me, that's the pressure of the resolution. So as a group, aside of shade, we talked about, okay, what do we want to chit chat about tonight? And that was one of the things, just letting things go, let that shit go, whatever it is. And you can make the decision. It could be something small, it could be something big, it could be
Right.
something whatever. But you
Something,
got to
someone.
right. And so we all today are wearing our black and white
Statement shirts.
And so let's start with V. V, what is your shirt saying here? Look.
In bold letters.
In bold,
I'm
right.
very excited about it. It says nope, and on the side it says not today.
Right.
And when I saw this, I felt it in my spirit
She did.
because
Tell them how far and wide you look for.
no, I did. When I saw it in the store, I was like, "Ooh, that's mine." But then they didn't have my size, so then I had to go and I had to look online and I had to drive down to another mall, so I had to get it. And I literally felt it, and this really speaks to me, and it really speaks to anybody that's really trying you
Yeah.
or attempting to try you.
Right. Right.
And as I was grading my papers in December, I really felt like I needed to have this on, and I feel like I need to wear this in class because the students, I feel like they try me.
Right. So you have to let them know.
So I really,
With the finger.
with the turning in papers late,
Right.
and then being like, "Oh, please accept my paper. Don't take off any
it's
grades.
late, but do you want me? Don't take anything off.
Don't take anything off, please." But because I'm easygoing, right?
Right.
And so I think people feel like because I'm easygoing, and this is across the board, but because I'm generally easygoing, I'm understanding, I'm willing to work with you, but then at the same time, I'm firm.
Right.
So it's like, don't take advantage
Right.
of my easygoing nature because, okay, we had a great semester, we had a great whatever, but then when it's time for me to actually hold you accountable and
Right.
hold your feet to the fire, you want to act up. So,
Right.
not today.
But I mean, that's right.
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
you
Nope.
are very. I mean, we all admit that you're very easygoing, meaning your spirit is calm. You have
Right.
a calm spirit. But we know not to try you because
Yes,
you
that's
do right. That's I'm like, who's trying her?
Literally,
Because
no,
we
you've never met
know,
her.
right? We
You
know
don't
we know you
know.
want to hold people accountable. That's it, and that's all. Like we know that to be true. So how are you going to take? So what did you leave behind? Is it just the not trying me, or did you leave something specific behind?
Well, I have a whole list of things left behind, but as it relates to
Right.
as it relates to
Of course she does. Right.
as it relates
flip
to
chart.
this,
A flip
right?
chart
I
she
do. I have a
has.
whole list because I really sat with this. But as it relates to this, just people trying me.
Yeah.
People try me, and because again, I'm not gonna pop off whatever, but I'm gonna give it to you in a very firm way, and I'm been using my intuition more, going with my gut, and speaking my mind a lot quicker than I used to. I used to hold back, him and haw, and try to really see the other person's perspective, and I still do that, but I'm much quicker at making a decision of something and recognizing what no longer serves me. So therefore, it's not today.
All right.
I'm done. So when
Okay.
I'm done, I'm done. I'm not gonna waffle like
and
I
I'm done.
used to.
Right.
Yeah.
That still works in
I
2018.
said
I said what I said. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Kristen, what does your shirt say?
This ain't what you want.
Uh-oh.
I feel like we should zoom in. Like, is it a
All right. We can see.
this ain't what you want?
We get it.
With an
But
underline. You need to
this
be
is the
underlined.
same. Well, let me just
Go ahead.
And the exclamation
This is
point.
the
Did
shirt
you see?
that she wanted to say this and
Right.
what you want. She wanted to clap.
But you
for
can't
it.
have sound effects
Right.
and clothes, so
But you could, I guess. Walk
carry a
around with
little
walk around with a little.
This
the
ain't what you
recorder.
Right. But
It should
I
be
mean,
a pen with a button. You're right.
You
There
can
you
press
go.
it.
Press here.
So what does that mean for you? What are you leaving in 2017?
So in 2017, I'm leaving people's bullshit. Like, leave it in 2017 and completely miss me with it in 2018.
completely.
Completely.
Not even this.
Don't. I don't want to
Not
have to. I don't want to have to do none of that. I just want you to complete. I
No
want to
touching.
say.
It's
I want to
none
be
of this.
still and it miss me. That's what I
Right.
want to happen in 2018.
Because
Wait a minute,
what
not
is
you. Wait a minute, she's saying be still in that mess. So not even doing a little.
Right, not even
What's the
still.
little?
Not the Matrix.
Not the
Not the
Matrix.
Matrix.
You can't even do that.
I'm standing still while my eyes go.
Because what does that really mean that this ain't what you
Right.
want? Because what comes with that? If
So
someone,
it's a saying
if
that
someone
I
actually
said,
caught you,
It's a saying that I've said for years. And
Right.
my sister has said it all the time. Like, Kristen, you really just need to get this put on a shirt. Like, I feel like that's your slogan. But I feel like people try me often. I feel like you feel. Krishna tells me that people really don't be trying me, but in my mind, people really try me.
In your, she just said it in her mind. So what is your mind telling you now?
In real life, people really do try me though.
No, but I mean, what does that? So if you say to someone in 2018, this ain't what you want, what are you really saying? I know
Right,
not to try,
right.
but what are you
This is
projecting?
right?
I am not shy or one to bite my tongue. That if you come for me, trust and believe, I'm here for it.
Okay.
And before you get to any levels of petty, I'm already there to greet you at the
Hey.
door.
I'm
Hello.
already there.
Good morning.
I'm here.
So don't come for me, but if you do, I'm already there.
I'm
Right,
here.
that's what she's saying.
And I'm telling you that this ain't what you want. So you might want to back down. Go back.
Okay, well, all right now.
Nobody sent for you.
Okay.
Well,
that's
since you're
right.
here,
So my shirt says,
Yes.
yeah, it's a no for me. And what that means is, yeah, it's a no for me. I feel like in 2017, not that I really had a whole lot going on, a whole lot of drama, but I do feel like a lot of people around me were dealing with a lot of things. So I felt like I was I was supportive in that way of helping people, whatever they were going through. But then I realized what was something I felt like was pretty common in most of the situation was the ability to say no, or I'm not dealing with this again, or whatever. So now I feel like in 2018, I feel like this should just be what it is. Like anybody should be, especially with the whole, Me Too movement, time's up. Like, yeah, it's a no for me. Like, you're not going, like, the fact that people have been subjected to somebody standing in front of you and putting their pants down and pulling out their penis, like, yeah, it's a no for me. Like, not today. Like, we're not here
literally,
for,
that's
like,
what
you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, overall for 2018, for all women who want to stand up and take a stand, it's a no for me. I'm not interested.
I feel
So-
like it's just a whole sentence. It should go,
No,
no,
not today.
no, yeah. It's a no for me. This is what you
Right,
want.
this is what you want. Like, that's what it is.
In that order.
we gotta walk
Right,
like this.
but
all
we
the
gotta
time.
do a little cheer, because I just feel like people
Yeah.
just don't get it, and I think we should be able to stand up in that way and say, you know what, I can say no. No,
That's
it's
right,
okay.
it's a complete sentence.
Because
It's a complete sentence.
It is a complete
Boom,
sentence.
with a period.
Because I think that one of the things I must acknowledge that being early on in my early days before in my 40s and probably like in my late 30s, But I was very much a people pleaser. And I still have to check myself, not to say that it doesn't revisit, but being a people pleaser, you have to learn when to say no. You
Yes.
have to set a boundary. No, I'm not doing it. So for me, I have to work very hard to do this on a regular basis. Like, I have to be able to say no. And it could be to anybody. No one's exempt from the no. Like my mother always said, no one's above a curse out.
No,
So you're not above no.
Because that's not what you want.
Exactly.
See how it works? Nope.
So I'm
That's not what
hoping
you
that we have some people out there, some of our viewers who want to call in and tell us what you're giving up, and kind of talk about some of the things. I mean, you don't have to talk about your personal stuff, but if you want to, hey,
Since you mentioned the viewers, for those who are viewing on our live stream, please be sure to share our video. And if you want to call in, the number is 404-436-1277.
Yes,
Call
yes.
us.
We want to hear from you. Because I think one of the things for, I did bring up the whole thing, like a lot going on with the times up and I think people are trying to unite around, people just standing up and resisting whatever the norm was.
Yeah.
And so I think that, like, now's the time, I'm telling you, whoever out here, ladies, if you find out that a dude in your office is making more money, like, now's the time, because it's like, I feel like now,
Everybody's
if you're
on
going to do it now. 2018 is the time that when you say, hold up, so-and-so I heard making this, and see, especially when you work, I'm just saying, if you work for the state, you can look it up.
Yeah.
See what they
It's
making.
public record.
It's
Yeah, it's
public
public.
record. So find out. And I'm not saying now, if you're the one that's coming in late every day,
Yeah, have your stuff together.
have your stuff together. Like, let's be real here. Like, I know some people. As she looks away. No, I'm saying, but you gotta have it together.
Yeah.
You're not coming saying, I just want more money just because.
Right.
I'm saying, have
It's
your stuff
justified.
together. Right. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
the usual excuse is we ain't had raises in a long time.
that's always,
Yeah,
I know
that's
you're
always-
right. That
But
could be a good,
doesn't mean that you're supposed to get one.
true.
You here because of a shoestring.
You barely-
Clause. Yeah, you barely here. Talking about you
Just
want
me.
a raise.
Right. No, but I mean, I think when it comes to that though, I think some people, you're right, some people barely making it. Like,
Right, and that's
they
why you
only
have to-
there
you-
because it takes too much paperwork to fire your ass.
Right.
Yeah, especially for the state. So when somebody get fired from the state,
Right, then you
of
know they
Maryland,
went right.
But
you
yeah.
really wouldn't ham. Because, there's no way.
But when
Right.
people really want to keep you, they make a way.
No, they
yeah.
do.
They make a way.
So let's kind of talk about. You mentioned you have a list over here.
Yeah.
I'm looking like a long
know.
list of things she has going on
I know.
over here.
Because I was really in reflective mode. then.
Okay.
like-
Well, let's
Yeah.
kind of
I know I
talk
have
about
one. Yeah.
To
why she was in reflective mode. Because remember, we've all went back to work. We've been back to work 2 years. That's 2 weeks in. That's why we were able to move past the Happy New Year. Because she's just getting. Well, she's still not back
Well,
officially.
all right.
You're not in the building. Let's
No, I'm
just
not
call
in
it
the
what it is.
building.
it's not official till
So
it's
that's why
official.
she had time to reflect. Meanwhile, us folks
Are already in your
are
feelings
already
about right.
exactly.
So I'm a professor,
We know.
We out here struggling in these streets.
and so our break.
No, we
No,
are.
the
Oh,
break-
we are. Okay,
Make
gotcha.
work.
Sorry, go ahead. Go back to your list. Back to the list.
Okay.
So as a professor, we go back when classes start back. But I've been working throughout the whole break because I was grading papers right up until
Look,
New Year's Eve that evening.
right.
And then you have to, get all your stuff in. And now I'm in prep mode because classes start next week. So even though I haven't been in the building, I get up and I start working when I'm at home. I'm just in my pajamas watching the talk and the reel and,
That's half the
stuff
battle.
like that.
Putting real clothes on.
Right. Like if I could,
So-
literally, if I could come to work in my pajamas, like really,
Wouldn't you be more productive?
Yeah.
I feel like I would be. You know, they had talked
With a
about
snuggie?
that.
Absolutely.
I don't want a full snuggie on, but I'm just saying,
I
like,
want a
I need
full
to be able to
snuggie.
move.
Right.
I'm saying, like, if I could come in my pajamas, I would be so happy. Like, that would make me feel good about myself. And I would get a lot of work done.
If the work day
Because you would be
started
comfortable.
early,
Right. So I get up, so I have my morning time, but then I work into the evening. So when you guys get off and go home, I'm usually still working because now I'm starting a bit later. But I'm just saying. So that
Get
has
to the
afforded
list.
me
Get to the list.
additional time to be reflective. But y'all know one of the things that I left in 2017 was meat and dairy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
though I left it a while ago, I was still, here and there, sort of, dibbling and dabbing. But I'm really glad I did that because I feel so much better. Because even though I did it for a bunch of reasons, the social, political, it was really a health issue that I just really wasn't feeling well. Like I was really feeling bloated most of the time. And the other thing that I've left because of that is my weight loss struggle. I haven't, because y'all know I don't weigh myself, but I haven't had to even really think about, trying to lose weight or anything because it just naturally fell off because the dairy and the meat were just they're just in there. You know what I mean? Like they make you bloated, they make you just carry a lot, and it's just a lot of fat and stuff. So that's something that I left that I'm not picking up. Like I still do seafood from time to time, and if dairy is in something, you know, like a pastry, because I love my food. Like if it's in there, I'm gonna, but I'm not like the cheese. Dairy has never been my friend. I just dealt with it because it tastes good, but it's not worth it. For me, it's not worth it.
But
it's not worth it.
No, a lot of us shouldn't be doing dairy. We already know it. So anybody who's saying I can do dairy, first of all, you in denial because you really can't. I mean, our bodies really don't even.
No, our bodies don't process
but
it.
I do want to talk about that. The whole, because a lot of people, we weren't on the air when the whole what the health thing came out, and I didn't watch it, and I don't plan on watching it.
I didn't either.
But I know a lot of people got on the whole thing about being a vegan and this, that, and the other, and so. For me, like, I just don't want to classify or say I'm anything.
Right.
Because
the boxes you in.
I don't. Because if the ribs, like, somebody might come with a plate of ribs, and if I eat it, I don't want to say, I thought you was a vegan.
Right.
But I do think.
I thought about the episode of Martin.
Yes. The girl, right. I forget the girl,
with
Gina's
the track,
friend.
right.
Yes.
They with the slab of ribs.
And I'm just saying, I just don't want to be, I don't want to classify, I don't want to say I'm one thing or the other.
Right.
But I
You
do.
want to make a resolution.
I'm not going to make a resolution
Because
about
it be broken.
I don't even want to
It
say
be
that.
broken.
I'm not going to do it. No, let me tell you why. Because also I think, now I'm not saying this for everybody, and I know definitely not for Victoria, because I know this is something you've done this before.
Yeah, I've
and
done
this
it
is
before.
something, and you.
But I did it for only like a month or so when I was doing like a cleanse. But
right,
now,
but you are very. I think I feel like I don't want to say health conscious. That's not the word I want to use. I feel like you're very mindful of the food you eat anyway. Mm-hmm. Like the food means something. So you have a whole nother experience and a whole nother level. We're not even there yet. We're not there. Yeah, they have a relationship. We just have flings with food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm in a full-fledged.
I felt good, so I
I'm in a
ate it.
full-fledged
And
relationship.
she like in a
with
full-fledged
food.
relationship.
Yeah,
where
we're committed.
We feel good and then we regret
Exactly.
later, like, dang.
And we don't and then we go back for the fling. But my point is that I feel like sometimes, and I don't know, viewers out there, tell me what you think, and ladies, let me know. I feel like sometimes people use those statuses like vegan and vegetarian as a status, as almost like to put people down who do eat meat. And the reason why I say this is because people find joy and pleasure in saying, "Oh, I'm a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, or whatever you are." And sometimes for the purpose of saying, "Oh, you eat meat, oh, you eat pork, and I'm just saying, don't come to me talking about why you eat pork and you're out here smoking crack. I don't understand. Please tell me. I'm just saying.
Crack.
No,
Not a whole crack
not a
pipe.
whole crack pipe. But hear what I'm saying. No, because I feel like people come to people quick to say, "Oh, I don't eat pork, I don't eat red meat," but nigga, you out here smoking.
Yeah, so
like
you're
I'm just
still
saying, I don't
putting things in
understand.
your body
Right. So you smoking a pack of Newports? I'm confused. Don't go telling me what I'm doing. No, I ain't trying to hear.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that you're still putting things in your body that's not
Right.
healthy. Even,
That's all I'm saying. Like, I mean,
but
I'm not saying they out here maybe they're not on crack.
Right.
My point is
yeah.
if you're taking
I
the
hope
approach
y'all
of
not
being
on crack.
right, I hope nobody. No, you're right. But if you're taking the approach of being a vegan, or these things are for health reasons,
Yeah.
and not because it's a fad because everybody's doing it, or you whatever, you haven't done your research, because everybody's body is not the same.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think a lot of times when folks go vegan, sometimes it's purely just for political purposes because of the harm that's done to animals. I know y'all say y'all don't want to watch the videos and things like that, but because when you've seen it and you know it, and I've been
and I don't
to,
want to know it. That's my point.
I've been to cattle ranches and I've literally walked through the path that cattle have to go when they're going, through the slaughter. Like I've been there, I've seen it, etc. So once you know it, even if you go back to it, whatever choices that you make, once you know that, you know that. But beyond that, in this country, what we do with our meat before it gets to us is not like how it used to be when the chickens were out back and the cows were out back, and it's not like that. They're being injected with hormones. All this stuff is going on. So even if it wasn't inexplicable, I love animals, but if you just appreciate clean food, it's hard to not be mindful about that when you know. So I get Ignorance is bliss.
I'm about to say my spirit
Ignorance
feels
is
like your
bliss.
shirt. Nope,
No, not
And,
today.
and it's not.
not today.
You know what I
It's
mean?
not,
And
like-
it's purely a personal thing. Like, I'm not gonna get on anybody's case
No, and
because
that's
I
what
love
I'm saying.
food. Right.
But that's what
I
I'm saying.
love food.
You-
But I think when people take it to another level and make it, and with anything, if you're judging somebody else and being critical because they're, you know, enjoying ice cream or whatever, like, then that's not the point. You know what I mean?
Right.
The point is to make people aware for the health reasons, for political reasons, for environmental reasons. What people do with that,
Right. I guess I choose to do nothing with it.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad about it, but then not really, because it's like, yeah, it's a no for me. I don't, like, I just don't. Now, there was a period of time when I watched whatever my body was doing. I said, you know what, I need to cut this out. I need to cut that out. And I think if you know your body,
Right.
you know that much about yourself to understand, like, you know what, now, because I know ice cream is deadly. It literally is. And I love Cold Stone. But at the end of the day, I know I really shouldn't eat it.
That's
now,
what I'm
that's
saying.
on me.
That's what
if
I'm
I
saying.
choose to continue to eat
absolutely. If you want to feel all that comes with that, and I
it.
and I love
sometimes
food.
I'm willing to risk it all.
I feel like
for
yeah,
Cold Stone,
I
like
feel
straight up.
My spirit says bacon will make or break you. Like I need you to have it in your system. So to deprive myself,
It's almost like
And that's
simple.
and I think that goes
Is it
back,
though?
but that's why it goes back to your point. And I don't think people should deprive themselves. Like, if you feel that strongly that, you know,
You
it's
gotta
something
have the
that you
bacon.
love, from time to time, if you're gonna have it, have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's why, even for me, like, at first I was like, okay, vegan, plant-based, like, whatever. Pick one for the day, that's fine. But if I'm somewhere and I'm really just like, wow, I really want whatever,
yeah.
if I know that it's not gonna have a really bad impact on me, then I'm gonna have it.
Right.
But 98% of the time, I'm not, because I know how I feel.
Right.
That at the end of the day, I know how I feel, and I don't want to feel that way anymore.
Right. Well, I think then also I was thinking about the whole let that shit go concept. And also I noticed that a lot of people are letting go of relationships, friendships, partnerships. Like, people are literally like, people like statuses have changed. Like, people are straight like, you know what, I'm not. And I think this kind of happened probably in December, not necessarily 2018, but people were moving to. I think people. Do you find that, or I don't know, like within your own circles, that people, especially women, speak about women, are they also fed up with, like, I'm just not going to deal with certain things, and whatever that is, whatever that relationship did or didn't do? Are you finding that a lot of your circle are stepping away from, like, you know what, I'm not here for the shit no more. That's it, I'm done.
so my
That was a long
immediate-
pause.
no, I was thinking
I
about.
felt like
I
if
was
we was
trying
on-
to relate to exactly what you
Okay.
were saying. I feel like a lot of my circle has not done that as far as their love lives are concerned. Because I feel like a lot of those relationships are for convenience. So it makes it a little harder to walk away. However, I do feel like a lot of my immediate circle have done it with friendships. The whole I'm finishing, I'm done. Like, I've invested into this relationship. I've given, you know, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't feel good. I don't like it. I
Right.
don't want to be involved in it no more, and just walk away and literally just wash your hands of it. I feel like that has happened. That was all of 2017.
Right. Oh, but now, and then going into 2018,
And,
now
and
they
it
need
makes
something
a
new.
difference. Like, you're making different moves. You're living your life a little better. It's like the weights have been lifted off of you. Like, it's a whole nother person, because you don't
Right.
realize how toxic your friendships are. Like, those people that you choose, you voluntarily allow in your life. Not like family, but the people you bring in,
Right.
what they do to you. And I think a lot of my immediate circle, the energy is different. Like, it just feel like I had a gathering with my girlfriends, and the theme was good vibes. Like, it was good vibes only. We joked, we laughed, we had a good time, and it wasn't the, oh, here we go with this one again, being
Right.
too much and extra. It wasn't that. So it was.
But I was wondering also, do you think that, and the same question for you, but I was wondering, do you think that, because I thought about the whole letting it go, and sometimes do you think that we prematurely let go? Is there any time or point of that? Because sometimes I feel like it could be one, oh, they did this, and so that's it, I'm done. So we do have to be mindful of sometimes there's this, you prematurely saying, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, it's over, and not realizing, you know what, was it about you, and not necessarily about the other person?
Yeah.
And so sometimes we just walk away.
No, I definitely think that we can walk away too soon. Absolutely. Because if we're not in a space of, like, we can step back and reflect. So I'll just give a personal example, and this is just with family. So me and my cousin / sister, we're really close, and we sort of had like I made some changes last year, because like I said, nope, I'm realizing when I recognize things, and I recognize the expectations that I had of other people. And if I'm having an expectation of someone, that's about me.
Right.
Especially because if I see that they're not able to live up to that expectation, there's no reason for me to get mad at them.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's me putting something on to
Right.
them, right? So when I recognize that I'm doing this in this relationship, I'm causing myself to feel some kind of way because I have to be able to see the other person's capabilities. This is who they are. This is their love language. This is how they roll. So I have to accept them. Right? It doesn't mean I have to like it, but I have to accept that this is how this person is. Right. So once you do that, and if you get to a place of, I can't have this person in my life because they're truly toxic, then you may have to just walk away. Or you may have to say, this relationship needs to look different.
Right.
We have to do something different. And so me and my cousin were able to get to that point of having a come to Jesus, and where both people had to own, here's what I was doing, here's what I was doing, something else has to happen so that we can create this in another way.
Right.
And I think, and that, if I had just stepped back and been like, I don't want nothing to do with her,
Right.
and she da-da-da-da,
Right.
Yeah.
then I would have been missing out on a really great person and a great
Right.
relationship.
And you know what? I think sometimes we have to recognize that we do that, because I had a situation with a friend. This was a couple years back, and it did take a full stepping back,
Right.
A total cutoff, then to recognize that we both had to have a conversation, and that then renewed and restored. And I feel like our relationship is so much better. And sometimes it's, it is a full cutoff, but all to sometimes maybe return.
Sometimes
but
it's a temporary
even though
cutoff.
but
Yeah.
and it may be different.
Right.
And so I think sometimes we have to understand that the letting go may just be it may be letting go of what was. And now it's something new.
That's right.
And so we have to then
That's
embrace
right.
what the
That's
new
that
thing is.
reflection.
And
That's
sometimes
right.
you may be the person let go.
That's right.
And you gotta be okay with that too, because you know how we always think it's somebody else.
Right.
They
Well,
did,
oftentimes
and
it's
she
you.
did right, and a lot of times it's you.
That's right.
Like that's what their whole reflection about.
Yep.
Coming into new
Yep.
year, new month, new week, whatever. Sometimes it is a matter of just reflecting on, hey, you know what? I do need to switch this up, and
Yep.
I can appreciate my village who can tell me, you know what? You were wrong. Right? I mean, because I've
Absolutely.
had plenty of times when my friends pull me up, and I'm like, it hurts, it stings.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be like,
you wanna
no,
be-
she didn't.
right.
Right.
And
But
it's
then
like,
but when you
no,
sit
that was you.
right, but then when you sit back, that's the whole thing about the stepping back, because
Yep.
then you got to
Yep.
sit in it.
Yep.
And once you
Yep.
sit in it, it does not feel good. It literally burns inside, in the sense of it's painful, because you almost say, you know what? Have I been acting like this? Was that really me? The acknowledge of,
Yeah.
hey, I thought I was a great person, but there's some areas where I need work on.
Right. And one of the conversations that I had with my cousin, one of the things that I said to her, I was like, this was your blind spot.
Right.
This was your blind spot. And she was and she had to reflect on it. And she said, she was like, I don't always know where I'm off unless somebody points it out. But when the person points it out, it has to be done, if it's done in a loving way,
Yeah.
and y'all can have a conversation, and the other person can own that, yeah, that was my blind spot and I want to do better. So it's not so much it's a resolution, but it's I want
Right.
to do something different.
Right.
That's
I feel
that
like-
hard turn.
Yeah, that is.
That's that hard turn.
The 2017 for me though. I feel like there was so many friendships that I lost in 2017, and some I was like a little sad about, some I'm not so much. I was actually okay with, but it's that not acknowledging that you have to understand your friend's love language too. That relationships are relationships, and I think people completely become ignorant to that. They think, oh, if I'm not sleeping with you, you're not my husband, you're not my wife, you're not whatever, then I don't owe you that. I don't
Right.
owe you that understanding. But anytime that you bring a person that close in, it's something that you have to acknowledge. And what I learned from those friendships that I lost in 2017 was, and some of those friendships I did regain. It was a matter of reflecting and us backing away from each other and giving each other space and seeing things differently. But I think what I learned the most was I was projecting my love language on everybody else. I wanted my friends to give me that love, that attention, that affection that I needed in this way. And I understood like what my husband and I, what that looked like, but I could not wrap my head around not understanding that from my friends. So I think once we had village conversations and I'm like, well, this is what happened and she said and she didn't did. And it was like,
Right.
well,
Right.
you're expecting too much from a person that's not able to get it to you.
Right.
And I had that conversation with a really good friend who was like, you keep putting this one person in this category and she's not really deserving of that. And you keep getting your heart broken because you want this from this one person
Right.
and they're not capable of it.
Right. And then
So-
don't you think you then have to then, and that's with the reflection within yourself to say, you know, why do I need this from this particular person? Because the projection of that, it comes from somewhere. It's not just like just randomness. And I think sometimes part of, I feel like, especially with girlfriends, village situation, I feel like sometimes we don't spend enough time checking in with ourselves because it is always a projection. Well, why she didn't do this, or she such and such, she said this, or she not doing this. And a lot of times, like sometimes I find, you know, some of our, you know, married people have to check in because they sometimes, whatever they may not be getting at home, sometimes, and they want that from another person. I mean, a friendship, you know, and that really is not for that person to give you.
Right.
You know, sometimes we project what we need on our spouse or our partner of, we didn't have our father, so now we want that person to be this, or we didn't have a mother, so we want. So you have to be mindful of who you are as an individual to say, you know what, sometimes I am longing for certain things that people in my circle really is not really for them to give you.
Ding, 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 ding,
all
ding.
that
Right.
I have a new word.
Okay, here's
This
a new
is
word.
perfect segue for Victoria's verbiage that I came up with over the break.
Sponsored by.
A projection ship. A projection ship. Yes.
Projection. So wait a minute, we've heard of situationship.
Right. We got a
We
situation.
know a relationship. So now,
Now
you're
we
saying
have a projection ship.
That's every.
Take out your notepads and pens.
Oh,
So,
I don't-
Listen,
a
people.
so
Listen.
y'all are talking
Let
about
us-
projection, right? So a projection, it's a coping mechanism. So I'm putting my social work hat on. So it's a coping, it's a defense mechanism, right? And so it's things that we, you know, unacceptable things within us, behaviors, thoughts, feelings that we have, and usually they're unacceptable in some way. Like we don't want to believe that this is who we are, or something that it just might be unsettling. We then attribute it to another person, right? So my need for, you know, love and affection and all this other stuff, we make it seem like, well, this person isn't giving me all these things and you're not doing those things. When in actuality, those are things that you might yourself be missing within you, because what you guys are describing is y'all haven't checked in to do the work on yourself to figure out what is it that I'm actually bringing, right? So if I'm actually, maybe I don't like this aspect of myself, right? So if, you know, your partner comes in and starts fussing at you about, you know, oh, you're mad at me, you're acting this way, and you're like, no, actually I'm not. But you probably are mad at yourself for something that you've done. But instead of you owning it and just being like, I'm feeling this way, you're putting it on me and saying, I'm mad at you and I'm doing these things to you. Those are projections.
I'm here for that. I'm
Right.
sure you have it down.
Right. So,
With the definition.
right. So the reason why it's a projection ship is that in a relationship, if it's healthy, people are able to do their individual work, right? Check in with themselves, be self-aware. Oh, I'm feeling this kind of way because of whatever it is. Come to the table and talk about it. If you're in a projection ship, if the other person keeps putting their unresolved stuff on you, you're constantly questioning yourself, defending yourself, proving yourself, apologizing for something that you, at least for me, I know I'm often apologizing for
I
things.
was to say, you right
You
there
right
on the
there.
street.
You know what I mean?
Hello.
Apologizing for things that maybe I didn't do. And I'm usually unsettled, and there's a lot of back and forth. You can't just sort of be in a space of growth. And we know that if we're in a relationship, the whole point of being in a relationship with somebody, even if it's a friendship, it's about two people coming together, growing
Right.
individually and together, thriving. You can't thrive in a projection ship
Right.
because you're constantly trying to figure out, is this your stuff, my stuff? This is your stuff, but it's on me.
Right.
How do I get it off of me? And the other
Right.
so the other person isn't as aware.
That's
And
the
it could
word.
be you. You
That's
may
the
not
key
be
word right
aware
there.
that, oh, I'm wanting all this stuff from this other person, but they're not able to give it to me, right? Or this is stuff in me that I need to work on, but I'm saying it's them that's doing it when it's really me because I'm not whole on the inside. So you're always going to be battling and unsettled. So it's a projection shit. It can't
I feel like
thrive.
that is the perfect description for the friendships I lost. Like, it was, say it. What is the issue? Like, I often feel like with my friends, I pull. It's like, you're not feeling good. What's going on? I notice things are a little different. Is everything okay? Like, talk to me. Like, verbalize what it is that you're trying, what you're feeling. Like, you use your words to describe your emotions. And after constantly feeling like, because I know I'm a fixer. If there's an issue, I'm always the first one on board to volunteer to say, let's how can we come up with a solution? So to have that opposite response from a friend that's like, you're this and you do this and you haven't done this, but you can never tell me what the issues are, why the issues have come about, how we can fix this, how we
Right.
can grow through this. It was just that.
Yeah, and,
that
some,
power
and somebody just said
energy
that
makes
person
you
sounds
so happy.
wounded. You're
Oh,
you're exactly right.
But you know what?
Because it's a defense
It
mechanism.
is a defense mechanism. But I also think that sometimes, I know we ask people to, can you explain what is it? But I honestly think sometimes people just don't know,
They don't
have the
know.
words. They don't know how to express what it is. They just know, because the reality is a person's experience is their experience.
Right.
So even though I may not be intentionally trying to hurt you, but if that's your experience, I have to acknowledge that that's your experience.
right.
And then
And allow
all I
that
can
to
do
be.
and just allow you to be, that's your experience, and I'm saying this is mine. That may not have been my intention, but I do have to at least acknowledge the fact that that was your experience in this relationship. I get it. But sometimes
those are the words. The words are, and I think this was the conversation that you had with your cousin too. Like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, or maybe at the time I didn't have the words for it, but I need to let you know that something is different. And even with one of the friendships that I did end up regaining again, or working on regaining again, it was, I felt something was wrong, and I've come to you and said, I don't know exactly what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it, but we ain't what we used to be.
Right.
This don't feel good. Like, especially when it's somebody you're extremely close with, when you've shared intimate secrets with, and you've, spent a numerous amount of time with, when things just don't feel right. When you feel it in your spirit, like,
Right.
it ain't comfortable.
But then I wonder if you, so with those feelings of not, like, I know something's not right. One thing I do remember, a close member of my family would tell us all the time. Me and actually my sister Dorinda he would always say, friendships don't stay the same.
Right.
And so there's going to be a moment in time where those people who you were the closest to, where it's not that y'all don't like each other.
Yep.
It's just things have changed.
Yep.
There's distance now. There's families. There's, situations and, work and things you're going through, health and, all the things of life that are happening. And I know I've heard people say, well, if you'll dedicate the time to stuff that you really want to do, or, you'll put the time in if it's something that you really want to do. And I honestly think, if you think about your day and how often you can really, you try to make time for people, you try to do this. But when I think for me as a wife, as a mother, and I say mother because yes, I'm still a mother, but I don't have the day-to-day like I used to because I have a 20-year-old. But a wife, a mother, a friend, I work full-time, I'm in school, I'm doing, so you think about just
Relationships are jobs,
their work. And so sometimes I feel like, and this is something that I hope that we can let go, is putting these unnecessary or not unnecessary, but these demands on friendships sometimes, they're not realistic. That's what it is. They're not realistic when people have things going on. I think we can make time. I'm not saying you can't make time, because I think at the end of the day, I feel like I know when I need to call. You know how you got a feeling when you know you need to call somebody. Let me check and see what's going on. I know she told me this, so let me just check in. So I do know that to be true, and I do have to be better about that. I'll be the first to admit that. But I do think that sometimes we do have to be easy on ourselves when you have all of these other relationships as well. The dynamics of things just happen. This life, like you said, you had to grade 90 papers. Now, I will be wrong if I say, aren't you coming over? I thought we were doing wine tonight. That's not realistic. And to me, I'm not honoring a friendship when I know you clearly have something to do. Or if I say to you, you tell me I got 3 makeup jobs to do.
Right.
And I'm saying, oh, but I thought we were going out tonight. You said we were going. You know, I'm not doing anything. And like,
See,
that's
and
just
that's-
like, that is
Yep.
projection shit.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
putting on like you're home alone and
Yep.
mad.
Yep.
And my friends know. The
Yep.
village know. I'm sure my friends who are online right now will tell you, like,
Don't call her.
don't do that.
Don't call this.
All right. No, I'm not saying
Literally,
don't.
she should have that shirt on at this time. This ain't what you want.
No, don't do that. It's not that. I'm not always available, is what I'm saying.
Because once you get settled and
I get
comfortable,
settled, I get home, and I'm just like, and I know, because.
but I'm right behind you.
Right, but wait a minute though, because one of my girlfriends was like, I called you, and then she got sending me the tail of the tape. I called you, and then I sent you right, and then you, and I'm saying, but one time it was funny because I got her because I said, I don't think your message went through, and then she gonna go back. Oh yeah, it's still in the
queue.
the drag.
Still in the queue.
But it's
didn't
like,
hit send.
and I know I have to be better about that. I do try to text, respond and that sort of thing. I know, but when people call me, like I don't sit home with my phone. As soon as I get home, like I don't have a landline, so I'm like, I'm not just sitting on the phone. I'm not, and I try to
The
be.
way your social media
I just
like
want
this
to-
right.
What you mean?
Yes, you are in the
That's
house
right.
like
No, okay.
But that's when you gotta call her.
right.
Hold on.
You know good and well.
If you see, now that's another
That's
thing.
why you're our
If
social media
Hold on
person.
now. Hold on, Facebook friends. Hear me when I
Side of
say.
shade,
Oh, they
baby.
hold on.
That's a platter.
They tried to call me out. Okay, I'm saying
ahead.
if we're in a moment of texting, we're texting, right? That doesn't always need to lead to a phone call.
But sometimes there's a
It's
crisis,
sometimes
and
good.
there is no there
I
is
feel
no
like there's no
texting.
When's the crisis?
If it's a more than a 5-minute text conversation, pick your phone up. Like stop.
I'm just
No, but sometimes it's not a texting. Sometimes people just need to talk
I
because they
get
don't
it.
want to text.
No, I
It's
know,
like
I
I
know.
need a voice.
Wait a minute, V. I don't feel like you calling me out, and I'm not. That's not.
I'm not trying to call
Hold
you
on,
out.
V.
I'm trying to explain.
What I'm saying is, hear me out, friends.
What are you saying?
Friends in Facebook land.
Speaking to
Because the
mic.
village is turning against me. The village is turning
The
against
truth
me.
is.
No, the truth is, all jokes aside, no. Seriously, I'm not that responsive when it comes to phone. I get it.
Yeah.
I admit it, right? Yes, I am on social media. So if you see me, but I don't like when somebody see me post like
She ignored my call.
But
but
she
then
stuttered.
just post up. It's the worst. Like really, that's what you want to do? Then I got called back. Like pick the phone up. I called you.
You know what? I feel like
She's
what?
like,
I don't
I'm
like the
busy.
barrage.
I'm busy on
like the
Instagram.
barrage
I
that's
can't talk
coming
right
against
now. I'm strolling.
Then look,
All
Coretta just co-signed that she feels
What she
you,
said?
but she the worst too.
Oh,
I'm
wait a
about to say,
minute.
I think
'cause you-
she worse than you, because Coretta will be the first one to respond to
Everything.
everything on
That's right.
social
That's
media.
right.
But you call her and she can't answer. Oh my bad.
Right.
Because
I ran it.
she's
But let me
busy
just say
strolling.
this. I'm sorry.
She's scrolling.
I honestly, I need somebody for real. I need somebody to call in. Like, no, seriously, call in 404-436-1277. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not always accessible.
Yes. No, and again, it goes back to when you know who your people are,
Dorinda, wait a minute. What is Dorinda saying?
You gotta know your friends.
you know, right.
But what I appreciate about my village is that y'all don't hold it against me.
Yeah,
They just
no.
know if somebody kills somebody and gotta bury the person, they not gonna call me.
If it's a crisis situation,
crisis,
we're not
they not
calling
calling
you
you.
first.
But if it's I need to get a cute outfit for Friday situation,
I'm on
Boom.
You
it.
the first
I'm
on
on
the
it
list.
because I'm online.
That's right. She done already picked out.
Girl, they gotta say it.
Right. She done already picked
I
out.
done picked your outfits in my inbox.
I'm
Boom.
online. I'm online. I'm on Zara. I'm on Zara.com. No.
Exactly.
But you
That's
know
how it
I'm
works.
here for the outfit. Like I said, if
how it
they
works.
don't call me when it's time to bury the body.
Just when we need an outfit for
Look,
the,
that's
for the
right,
court.
Dorinda. You're there when I need you.
Right, for the
But let
court
me tell you
date
something.
and
For
for
the
the
court date
funeral.
outfit, I got you.
right.
I got you for the court date outfit because you gotta look presentable.
That's
Right?
Stop.
Right. Right.
Hello.
Right.
You winning though, shorty. You winning.
Absolutely.
No, but
Yes,
you
you
but
murdered
you
3
do,
people, but you
right.
was real cute in that
You was
courtroom,
cute
though.
though. I'm gonna get your hair straight. I got you.
That's right.
No, but for real, you're right though. You do have to know your friends.
You have to know.
Oh yeah, dial in. That's right. Let them know, Karima. 404
As long as you telling the truth.
436-1277. Yeah. Right.
That's all I'm saying. 'Cause
No,
I
that's
know
the
my
truth.
friends.
I admitted it. I said I'm not. And my friends will tell you. But I do. One thing I will say, I feel like I've always been a good friend. At the end of the day, you may
Absolutely.
not. You can't call me
Yeah.
when you want me.
But you always
But I'm
there.
all the time.
You know what?
I'm like a mini Jesus. I'm just saying.
So you're the black Jesus. So you're the black Jesus we were talking about. So when we say black Jesus, it's you. All this time.
I may not be there when you want me, but I'm always on time,
Oh,
sis.
black Jesus.
Nah, I'm just playing. No, that's blasphemy. Don't do that.
It
Don't
is.
do
Yeah,
it.
Lord,
Don't
let
do
me
it.
scoot
Forgive me.
over.
Don't
It's
do
just
that.
jokes.
All right. It's
just jokes.
He know he like to play.
He knows our heart.
He like to play games.
She knows our heart.
He does know my heart. Thank God. Thank
She
you,
knows
Jesus.
our heart.
No, but I'm just saying you do have to know your friends, and I think with that, we know who
Yeah.
to call. You know when
Yeah.
when those times are, whatever that is. Like we know if there's a dead body, we call Kristen.
That's right.
She'll have the goons.
That's right.
She'll have the people, the
Right.
black van,
Right.
and
The duct
we'll
tape,
never
the
speak
tarp.
of this again. And then once everything goes down and I come to, then I say, well, what's going on? Then I say, what's going on? And they say,
Let's say when we had to take care
We
of
had
some
to take care of
Don't even worry
business.
about it. Don't even worry
and I
about
don't get involved.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
it. Just know I got a new car. Don't even ask no questions.
So is there anything else, ladies, that you think should be let go? Like universe, I ain't talking about like we all
Not
got our
personal
list,
list.
not your personal list necessarily, but I mean you want to talk about your personal list?
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying because there's certain things that I feel like should just be let that shit go. Things that people were doing in 2017, I'm not that interested at all. Like sayings like,
I tell you one thing.
what?
Here we go.
And people may not like this,
Uh-oh.
but these smoothie cleanses and what?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, but
You done with the smoothie cleanse?
I was done before 2017, but I'm particularly done because the people that I've experienced that have done them, and we're not saying no names.
Yeah, don't say no name.
After the 10 days of the green smoothies, you go right back to eating chicken wings and french fries.
Ooh, there
So
is
what's
that.
the point?
Right?
What's the point?
Right. Now some people are
Like, what are you
consistent.
doing it for?
Right. No, you're right. You have to check yourself.
Is it just because you want to be on Instagram talking about, oh, I'm doing the detox and the thing and the, but for
Right.
what?
Right.
Just eat a healthy, have a healthy diet. Like do whatever, make
Right.
that hard turn, whatever it is. But no.
But not the smoothie.
No.
No, and no one's saying you can't do the smoothie cleanse. You're saying that stop doing it.
If
You
it's
got the wrong. Maybe
yeah,
the motives are wrong.
Motivations must be
The
wrong because
expectations are wrong.
The
It's like,
expectations?
I think I'm gonna do this smoothie clean. I'm gonna instantly be a healthier person. Drop 20 pounds. Drop
And then I'm
40
done.
Pounds, and then I'm done. So I can.
And
eat
you-
the
it's
you-
supposed to
you-
be a jump start.
It is.
It's supposed to be a jump start to
People
help
not
you
using it properly. Maybe
right.
That's what it
I think
is.
people are using it. I
gotta
think
read the fine print.
you got to read the fine print, and if they're doing it for the purpose of well, it's going to change my mindset, you still got to do something to change your mindset. Because
The
going
whole
right
time
back,
you drank that smoothie,
you're
you
waiting
thought
for
about
the
it.
you're waiting for the 11th day when you can eat the chicken. Like I don't.
That's like. Forget it. I ain't gonna say that.
Yes, it does. I know exactly where you was going, and that's exactly what it's like. Like I don't. It's like even like. Never mind. Forget it. I ain't
Go ahead.
No, you gotta say it.
I'm done. I'm finished.
No, you gotta say it because there's certain
Because
things.
it's that.
What are you doing?
You know, because
people can't see you.
I'm processing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
processing.
Push
It's
through.
those people who do it, and you get so gun ho about it, and everything is no. I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet. But you've been the same size for the
Right.
past 11 years.
That's
I
right.
work for the state of Maryland. I don't.
And I haven't seen a pound
pants-
change.
Your pants still fit
Right.
the same.
But I think that, you know what? One thing I will say that needs to be let go, and we kind of talked about this, is just these unrealistic expectations that we put on people. And I don't know why you're laughing, but I'm really having a serious moment right
know you
now.
are.
And I feel like you're not really.
I'm with you. Go ahead.
And thank you. I appreciate that. No, but allowing people the space to grow. Because to me, what happens is, like you're talking about the smoothie cleanse, and I think you're saying people still fat and not losing
That's
weight.
not what I said.
I feel like
I'm just saying
I-
your pants
wait a
don't
minute.
fit
I feel like that's what you
That was a
just
fine
said.
print.
That wasn't
That was
like
fine
that's really
print.
what she was saying, but she
People
didn't
still
say it
fat.
right. And I think that we do have to allow people the space to grow, not literally, but I'm just
Right.
saying grow.
Mentally,
like there's mentally,
higher consciousness.
right? So you got to get people that, because when it's their time for them to get it,
Oh yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
And
Because
that-
when
right.
you can sit back, I'm just saying, like,
Yes,
when you can
absolutely.
sit back and see the growth in someone that all them times you feel like, girl, I've been telling you that, but you don't, but you
Right.
finally see.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
And it
thing.
feels
I'm a
beautiful.
walking testimony. That's why I can agree.
Right.
You really
You
are. You really are.
So
Like
came through.
You saw that
You
movie.
are. They were waiting
really
for.
are.
I think that's why I started laughing. I'm like, they was waiting.
2017 was a good year for
2017 was
you.
a year. I'm
You
telling
turned the
you,
corner.
Straight up, you like
curl
Cardi B on
went.
this panel. You hear what I'm saying? You the Cardi B of the panel. Because
True.
you really, 2017 was your year.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Like,
It was rough.
that was your glow up.
It was-
So now,
Because you spoke a
I.e.
word
like
to
Cardi
us.
B,
I'm still
what
hopeful.
2018 gonna look like? Because that's the pressure.
I know.
You know,
all that, the
all
ring,
that pressure when you have
the-
all
all
that-
those singles, the
Yeah.
number
And then
ones,
people
all
get-
the
they put the
uhs,
pressure
the
on you.
ow.
Right.
Now what?
so now what? So 2018 has to be the. So you had the glow up. Now people want you to glow the. Like people don't even let you be
Yeah,
great.
no.
Like you can't even like, you know what? I just want to be. I want to bask in this. They
Yeah.
don't even allow you that. They like, what's next? Oh, so now you had a single last week.
You're done.
Man, what's up?
And you're
Right.
finished. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like they
No,
won't
so we do
allow
need to give people
No, my
space.
2018 is going to be managing the glow up.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
The glow up happened, and now I gotta figure out how to.
Right. Cause you don't want it to be a glow down.
Because I don't want it to glow down.
You don't want your like. You don't want
I'm
your
still
glimmer.
here. This is me. I'm trying to stay steady. I'm trying to float.
But the beauty of it though is that even if there is a little bit of a slip, we have to give room for that.
We do.
Because the other thing
Well, you
that
know,
will
and most
happen,
people don't.
most people don't. So if we don't give room for the little backsliding or whatever,
Right.
that's when we get the
Right, 'cause
crazy
you gotta-
expectations.
You might have to have a lemon cookie. I
Right.
get it. Because the lemon cookie
Right.
from, I'm just saying.
But see, my addiction to the lemon cookie has turned from lemon cookie to the turkey chili.
You are
But
right.
that's-
You are obsessed with the turkey chili, but
that's
it's real
still-
food
that's-
though.
Right.
It's real food, and I think that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. You have to allow room for adjustment,
That's
growth.
right.
You know, a little bit of backslide, a
That's
little
right.
bit of whatever.
'Cause
And
it's a
then
process.
It is a process, and I feel like some people just don't respect the process. I'm talking about on the outside
Mm-hmm.
because you know what it took to get to a certain place,
Right.
And I don't want to have to explain it every time someone say why you da 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 or what's
Right.
going on. No, I don't need to go down my whole resume of first I did this, I went to therapy, then she's you know like
Yeah.
like why do you have to get someone your whole resume? Really, what it is allow people space to grow and
Yeah.
blossom. But everybody's so it's because of Instagram and all that stuff. where
Insta. Insta
people
glow.
like they want you right now. Like, oh, so now you did this. Now what? So
Yeah,
you did it.
Insta glow.
Like I noticed the other day, I
Yep.
saw on Cardi B's page that she was posting, you know, all her different singles that was in the top, this, that, and the other. Which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, I feel like sometimes a lot of that is because you have to constantly show people, like, let me let you know, I gotta prove. And I'm like, baby girl, you ain't gotta prove shit to nobody, cause
Not a
for real,
damn
for real.
thing.
Your glow up was 2017, and you can keep it going. And I think a lot of people who, like some of the people in the industry, have told her, ride that. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
ride
saying
it.
you can't do all that because it's like
Right.
the Kevin Hart,
I was just about to say.
where you out there,
Yep.
and then it gets to a point where you do one thing,
Yep.
like
Yep.
the whole thing with his wife.
Yep.
Girl, your glow, his glow down. I mean,
Wait.
yes, I'm not saying he ain't
Yeah.
making money, but his stock and
Yeah.
how people felt about him as a person,
Instantly.
just like that. So in an instant on Instagram, you go up and people wait for your fall,
Yeah.
and just like that, they don't.
And that's
mess
why
with
you don't
like
need to
that.
tell everybody everything.
You don't.
You don't need to tell everybody everything.
Everybody don't need to know what the glow up. Like let them just see it.
Yep.
And I mean, you ain't even got to post a
Just
picture
move in
immediately.
silence.
Like that's another thing. Like I got to post.
Right.
Look at me. I'm
Right.
doing it. First of all,
And how much it's
I
gonna
don't like
cost
the
to
fact that people
do
can track
and
your every
everything.
move. I don't like that. You know, people want to know everything. Oh, you was at so and so this weekend.
But they
Why
don't. But if you keep the tracking on, and
Yes.
then they're gonna track.
Exactly.
I don't like
You
that.
can control that. That's what like I don't understand. Like you can control.
No, I know
you
you
can
can, but I'm
control
saying,
what
like,
people
people-
see, and if you're putting it out there for the world to see every moment, every situation, then you're
Right.
opening
Well,
yourself
you-
up for
I
Go
it.
think this is the transition into my other leave it in 2017.
Okay, what is it?
So social media is a wonderful thing. However, the silent videos of
Which one? The people? Oh, those videos of just looking
these-
in the video.
Are these makeup people?
No,
Or
just
just
every
everybody.
regular people.
First
looking
of
at the-
all, your camera should never be this close to your face. It's not pretty on nobody. Nobody.
They just looking.
Nobody.
So she's saying those shots
Yeah.
where people just looking in the camera, no one's saying anything.
And you waiting for something to happen, but the whole time I'm looking like, okay.
right.
Now I've seen some lives like that too, where people are just driving and you're just listening
What
to their
is that
radio,
about?
and I'm like, I
Why?
don't.
I don't know why
It's
people
a,
like
Are
if you're a
you-
makeup artist, and I've done a video where people are like, oh, I want to see what the makeup looks like in real life. So I'll do a video showing you different angles, but you know, hey, just did my makeup, fresh look, blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
that's one
It's
thing.
not just you looking
but
at yourself.
if you literally woke up, you still got your bonnet on, and you just sitting there.
Look at me, look at me. No, but you also said it was the one you don't like when people sing. She don't like when people sing on the video.
When you put
Is
the
it
video
because they
on
can't
and your
sing,
song come
or-
on, but you're not really
okay.
singing.
Okay,
You
it's just
sitting
you
there
mouthing it like they lip
And you in the
sync.
game.
Yeah, save that for the save that.
No,
Really?
stop.
Yeah.
It's annoying to my
It is
entire
annoying.
spirit. Delete.
It
That will
is.
get you
I'm
blocked.
annoyed just watching you do it.
Right.
Right.
I felt me doing it was just irritating to my
Right.
spirit. Delete. You will be blocked.
You know what else has? I
Don't
think
join
should
my
be,
social media.
I think something else that needs to be left in is right. Yo, the negative comment. Like nobody asked you. Like that's why I feel like negative comments in people's like. And don't respond to that shit.
Well, that's
like,
what I'm about to say.
stop.
That's
Like,
the-
just
stop
leave that shit. Like,
responding.
stop responding. Block them.
Yeah.
Whatever you have
Keep
to
it
do.
moving.
Just keep it moving. Like, let that go. That's another thing. Like, people just... I hate when I see celebrities respond to
I
certain
know.
things. I'm just like,
Just
you want them to...
Unless,
What's the reason?
because some of them have come through. Like I will never forget when Rihanna commented to.
No, that was a good one. I ain't
One
even
of the
gonna lie.
makeup companies. I don't even remember which one it was.
Was
And it
saying
was like
yo-
we been had 40
It was Makeup
shades.
Forever.
It was Makeup Forever.
Yes.
Like, we been had
Oh,
40.
no.
She said yes, but they was ashy.
Yeah, she had to let him know.
Sometimes you gotta check. Listen, because she literally came on the internet and said, "This ain't what you want."
Yeah, she did. No, I mean I
Yeah.
get it, but I'm just saying sometimes it's just like not. I think that somebody posts. You know, people post a picture and they thinking they looking their best,
Yeah.
and then somebody be like, "But you,
Your
what's that?
edges,
Yeah, your edges, or this in the
yeah.
background. You need to clean up your house." You be like, "Well, damn, first of all, you should like if your house need to be clean." But anyway,
But if you
should've checked
wouldn't say it to the person's face, then
that's
don't.
what I'm saying. See, people get used to that.
And that's right. That's the
Cyberbullying.
culture that we have.
That's what
That's the
you're doing.
culture that we have.
We do.
Everybody gangsta on
What
social media.
They are gangsta on. That's what, you heard what Drake
Yeah.
said. Twitter fingers. Trick. Your Twitter fingers turn to true.
It's true. Oh my god.
Yes. Let him know, Drake.
Oh god.
Yo, in 2018, if he ain't doing a concert, all I got to say, I'm gonna be very upset. What is Dorinda saying? No judgment zone today. Oh, that's right. Let
Yeah.
that go. No judgment zone. Because that's the problem. Like, too many people just straight
Yeah.
unsolicited advice.
Yes.
I didn't ask you.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of that, so somebody showed the comment. Okay, you know the whole thing about the little boy with the hoodie.
Yes.
From H&M, which I'm very like. Can I just tell you, I had my whole cart filled with H&M
And then you saw that.
things.
I said you will not hit. You will not.
I had like, cause you know it's a big sale, so I had all my items that cause I get a lot. I get my items after the, once
Yeah.
the sale, the holiday, and all that. My cart was filled to capacity of all the things I wanted to get from H&M, and then that came out. I had to delete. I haven't deleted my app yet.
I
and I
thought
got
she
to
was
delete
gonna
it.
cry.
I
She was
know.
like, so I.
And I was thinking to
Don't do
myself, she was like, "Don't do it," and I would feel bad. Like I wouldn't even be able to wear the dress. And right, but my point, I brought that up because the boy's mother, because that's what everybody was waiting for. Like, what is the mother saying? Because everybody trying to figure out what the mother.
Why was she allowed?
So
Why was
right.
she allowed?
Yeah.
So she said basically it's not that serious.
What?
Yes, I saw the post and I was like, I would make sure. That's what I saw. Now I don't know. With internet,
Yeah.
people get the whatever. I know. And everybody, the response was, I guess she want them checks, whatever. I don't know.
But what are they from? Are they from the U.S.? Because
know they from the
About to
UK,
say because
I
it
mean.
looked like because and I don't know because I haven't seen that. Was the last space that I was in here. Folks were waiting for the mom to say something.
Yeah.
But I wonder if their perspective on it is different, and maybe that's why she was just like, it's not that serious.
I feel like
Because race and stuff isn't viewed and talked about the same way
it's
in
not,
other countries.
It's not. But I also think that I just feel like a monkey has always had a negative connotation with it when it comes to black. I just feel like is that not universal? I'm confused.
I
Is
feel
monkey?
like
Is it not?
regardless of whether the racism is talked about or dealt with in the same way in a different place, when somebody brings things to your attention and you're no longer ignorant to it.
True.
So if I'm telling you that this is a racial slur that has been used to degrade your people,
True.
you need to move accordingly. That's like I would be completely
Well, does she need
transparent
to?
about my ignorance. So
Does she need to? Because we just said no judgment zone. That's how she feel.
No. Yes, you need to.
We just said no judgment
Nah,
zone.
damn that.
See how we took a
The
turn?
judgment. I'm taking
took
it
a
all
turn.
left. No, I feel like you definitely need to be judged on that. Absolutely. I can understand you coming out saying those exact words. well, where I'm from, racism, we don't talk like this. I've never understood this. I didn't realize the effect that it would have on people, and I apologize for that. And so now that I know, yes, we can move accordingly. However, I will say, or even back the apology of H&M and say that we didn't intend for it to be this way. So we apologize if that's how you took it. That's one thing. But to say it ain't that deep,
Right.
no, it's deep.
Yeah.
It's
Well, no, that,
And you
saying.
saying, and your son is knee deep in it. We
No, I
just
see
trying
what
to
you're
It
tell
started a
you.
whole movement that you
A whole,
completely
but
missed.
this is what
Like,
gets
do you
me.
mean?
I see what you're saying.
So this is another thing. I'm not saying it needs to be let go, but I think that this is something that we, I feel like as a culture, as a people, need to be mindful of. One, on social media, of just when a movement happens, how we jump in.
Right.
I just think that I feel like one of the things we need to be mindful of is doing our research and really, really, like, before you join the movement, find out really
What's
what the
going on
movement
with the movement.
and what's the real movement. Because sometimes there's really no movement and people just moving.
Right.
Right. And you
So
just
y'all
get
right.
it.
Everybody
Because
can.
you know what
And then
said,
2
you
weeks
know
later,
what
what
the
happened?
entertainer said. Somebody start running. We
don't
even
need
ask
no
questions.
coordinator. That's right.
And so
Ugh.
I'm saying before,
But we need,
but we do need to be mindful of that. I feel like in 2018, trust me, this is an election year. A lot going on. We gotta be mindful of who the people we're supporting, who we're not supporting. Read up on
And
people.
who
Like,
they
just be
associate with.
just be
Because
mindful of that.
Even with H&M, I was having a conversation with my husband last night, and he was like, I was talking to a woman who said she was like texting. He's like, she was so mad going in about the picture of the little boy, and he was like, but you have a huge Urban Outfitters bag right there on your arm that you literally just came from the store and bought a crap load of clothes. And she was like, so what is that? I don't understand what the point is. That has nothing to do. He was like, but the people who own H&M own.
So she
them
didn't know
too.
that,
And she
right.
was like,
Stay woke.
oh,
See.
I didn't
Right.
know that. And he was like, yeah, but you just said that you just went online, told everybody not to support H&M, not to buy anything, that you were disgusted, blah, 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 but you just really put money back into their pocket.
But see that, don't you think
He
that's
was like,
so that's when everybody was the whole thing about the Papa John's thing, because everybody was like, oh, that's it, I ain't doing. First of all, a lot of people ain't want to eat Papa John's, no way, but that's neither here nor there. But people, it's no longer acceptable just to say, oh, we're gonna have that person step down because you still getting paid.
Yes.
Yeah.
So stop thinking that people. So I'm
You
saying
still paying
you
them.
should definitely. I think we gotta stay woke. I get it, but sometimes people just go too far. Like you beyond woke. Like your eyes don't close at all. Cause you just saying I'm woke out this bitch, like
You see
constantly,
like
like,
this.
you just one eye open all the time.
The
like,
third eye.
and we're
It's
saying
the third
close 'em.
eye.
Close
We're
'em.
using our third eye
No,
all
because
the
people
time.
going too far. Some people doing too much. Like they taking everything and then they turn into something. Now some movement.
Yeah.
Like stop. Like
Like,
I want to be
honestly,
around
I'm
them.
okay with the apology.
I'm okay with the apology. So you saying now I can get my clothes?
No, I'm not saying.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I'm not
yes,
going
if
Who's
you-
the part for H&M? You're
yes,
okay.
I feel like if you would have,
And if they take it down.
if you
Right.
did, right, if you would have dragged your feet and you didn't take it down, that's one thing.
Right.
But if you said no, this is not my intention, because you make a lot of money off of young black people.
Yeah.
Like, let's be for real.
The shirts is $7.99.
But I think that's
why
but
they
that-
making a lot of money.
And I think that goes back to what we were saying before, is that like we do have to leave some room for corrective action. And then
Yeah.
when you see that it's happening and it's done with the right intention, because the blind spot sometimes, like we
Right.
were saying, and
Right.
some people have blind, even companies may have a blind spot. If you don't have the right people at the table that say, you know
that's a whole
what,
nother thing.
this is probably not a good
Right.
idea
Like
to
I
put
feel
this
like
on.
y'all sat around the table and said somebody should have like
Been like, you know what,
that.
I don't think this is
right.
gonna go over well
It don't,
across
right.
the pond.
But-
It literally takes a village, like for real.
the right village.
The right
When
village.
right, so when you have the right
'Cause you
people
do
at the
have to have
table,
right people in the village. Because sometimes the village look the same.
that's right.
And so
that's
when the
right,
village
and they
looks
think
the
the
same, you
same.
can't
And
think
everyone's like, oh, it's great.
right.
We
They
love
looking at it like perfect. A little black
Absolutely.
boy with a monkey shirt on. Like I don't even like monkey shirts. Period.
Right.
Period. Like when I see monkey shirts in the store, and I'm like,
You see a lot of monkey shirts?
I do.
I do.
Really?
Yes.
When you go like Walmart stores like that, because you know the little kids. And
baby
now
stuff. It's
baby
all-
Oh,
stuff.
like
They always
cutesy,
like when you
cutesy.
want to
Oh,
get something
okay.
for like a baby shower gift or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah,
why
yeah,
all
yeah,
these
monkey.
monkeys? Like I'm confused. What's with all the monkeys? Monkeys are not even cute to me. I know some people like monkeys. I get
I mean,
it.
they are.
No, they're not.
They really are.
Because they can kill you. I'm just saying, like monkeys. I just don't see the fascination behind monkeys, but whatever. It's like a panda. Yes, they're cute, but
Now,
they will
see,
kill
pandas,
you.
I don't get. I don't get the
I think
fascination with
pandas are
pandas.
adorable.
I think they're adorable. I don't get
She
the
think because they got a
fascination.
black and white suit on that they will literally maul you to death and kill you. I'm just saying.
But
I
any-
say I want to play with one. I'm
Any
just saying, I
animal
think
will
they're
do
adorable.
that, though.
yeah, you're right.
Any
I'm
Your
just
animal
cat
saying
will do that. Hello.
I'm just saying this year, I just feel like for 2018, I think, yes, we do need to be woke, but you need to define what your definition of woke is. Because sometimes that's another thing. You know, people just out here just living, you know, that's it. Because that's why we need to stop this. Like, because the stuff I see on
You
Facebook.
did one protest.
Right, but
Your
I'm saying
whole
no,
life, and
no,
you're done.
but everybody just gets, and people don't know. They're not informed. So I'm not even gonna act like I'm informed because some things I don't. Like I remember when I tried to do a protest against Walmart. I really tried. I really worked hard. My professor gave us all the details. We looked at the movie, the documentary, and I was like, that's it. That's it. Walmart ain't get my money. And then when I saw that Tide was cheaper and
That's how they get
Walmart
you.
over Target, I was like, damn you protest.
That's the same thing that's gonna be with H&M. All these black people complaining about I'm not shopping, but yet you ain't gonna
We do
support
have to
a
stick to our
black-owned
guns.
business because they cost too much.
But that's another thing. But how is that? This is a whole nother show. How is that we're okay with paying whatsoever it costs, but when a black-owned business says
That's
I
right.
charge this, and
You want
now
a
you
deal.
got questions.
Right. So when is your sale?
So when is
Yeah.
this at? When I can't get it? Like I don't understand why, and that is the reason why a lot of times we in the situations we are when it comes to our economic power because we don't take it serious enough.
Right.
We don't invest enough in ourselves, and I don't have a problem. But then you have the issue with black-owned businesses not taking their shit serious.
Right.
Right. Well, that's usually why
People
the
don't
two-
do it?
Well, I think that right. That it goes together. People don't do it because they've had bad experiences where they
Right.
go in and like, see, I'm trying to support you, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
And then I gotta blast you on Facebook saying you ain't nothing.
right.
Right.
Or we just still have that mindset that we can't trust. Like it's internalized
It is.
depression.
It is.
Right. We just still have that same mindset that it's not going to be as good as
Right.
somebody
So you
else's.
gotta question it.
So you gotta question it.
Right.
When it's like
'Cause
you question everybody.
we
Like
question-
it should be across the board,
It
equal
should be.
footing.
But I can tell you, when Nia was in dance school, at her dance school, I specifically put her in a dance school that was black owned, and she saw representation of herself. That was the reason why we went there. There were other dance schools, there were white dance schools, but to me, nobody. When the parents that I saw, because she was there before we moved when we were living in Baltimore, she went to another school that was kind of like it was pretty diverse. So nobody ever questioned the fees, the costumes, the this. But here you have this young black woman got her own business, her own dance school. She left her job, her big job, to bring dance to Baltimore City. And here you got
Creating
create opportunities for young black kids. And here you got every parent that step in the door. But what about this? Well, I ain't so this is that. And I'm saying she grew this business from the like 14 years in business now. And I'm just saying,
yeah,
like, it's those kind of things where, but you never ask, when you go into a white establishment, you go to the Asian establishment, nobody goes into the nail salon and say, why was a black salon? Because she wanted to deposit before she come, because she know y'all ain't going to show up.
Or cancel
It's
last-
Or cancel last minute.
It's internalized
It is.
depression.
It's like those kind of things.
we
It's
gotta
like,
leave.
gotta
We
let
to leave
go.
that. We to leave internalized depression in 2017.
We do.
In
We
2017.
do.
I feel like they think that you're supposed to do it for the culture. Like, you have this business, you have these resources, so I'm expecting you to look out. Like, you know
Yeah,
what
right.
my situation is. You
Right.
know, I
But it's
got
only so many
15
hookups.
kids and I'm
It's
struggling
only
and I'm
so
But I don't like when
many.
people ask that. But wait a minute, somebody's asking,
what happened
Leslie
with Papa
is asking
John?
what happened to Papa John. So what happened was, he basically, the owner of Papa John said that the reason why I think the NFL was doing bad is because of the protests.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was equating the reason why things weren't going well in the NFL to the fact that the black men or black players were kneeling. And so people was like, nah, what does that have to do? It wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
I think viewership anyway was down. But anyway, so when he made those comments, people got mad and they was like, you know what, we ain't buying from Papa John no more.
Exactly.
And like Ply said, it's nasty ass
About to
piece
say,
anyway. So that's basically what happened. But you're right though. Like we always looking
You
for.
always looking for a hookup. Like, you always supposed to. It's I'm supposed to look out for you, but you can't look out for
Or
me.
they want to barter.
Right. Like, it
And I don't think there's anything with, I think bartering services is, I do get that to a certain extent, but I do also feel like, why can't you give people that whatever their value is? Like,
Right.
if I'm giving you quality service, I am doing this, that, and the other, and immediately, like, we just don't put value in. Like, it's
Right.
like I have to dummy down to say it's not, it ain't gonna be as good anyway. That's why I want a discount. Really?
But then I also feel the opposite way, and I hope, well, I don't care if it's inappropriate, but I also worked for a company that I felt the opposite way. That I do think that there are a lot of black people like us who don't mind investing in businesses. That
right.
I'll tip because I see that you are putting quality things and you're working hard. And these are values that I have, and before I can invest into your glow up as a company, you've already made in your mind what I'm not gonna do. Oh, she ain't gonna tip. I know my people. They ain't
Right,
even going.
right.
And I don't like that. I don't want my services to look like this because that's a certain type of thing, or those people like that. And I feel like that completely takes away from your business. That you can't. It's a fine line. It's like you have to support your people and realize that everybody's not the same. Everybody doesn't think the same. In the same way that you have this business that you're trying to make work and you have these values, there's other people that are like-minded and think like you. So I hate when people, even walking into a business, whether it's especially a black-owned business, I feel like it's more hurtful than to be followed. It's more hurtful to be prejudged walking into a black business for me than it is to be prejudged walking into an Asian-owned, white-owned business. I'm expecting mama to follow me around. You know what I'm saying? A little cookie mark. I'm expecting this. Is this going to happen? But to go into my own, and I'm trying to support you, and I'm trying to invest in your business, and I'm on social media, and I'm talking about you, and I'm trying to build with you, for you to already have in your mind what my value is walking in the door.
That just is such an old mentality that it just feels like, are we
Like,
still,
that
we're
should've been
still
left a
doing
long
this?
time ago. Not even in 2017,
right?
like,
Like
years
we're still thinking this
Oh,
way.
yeah.
We're still
I think
doing
so.
that. Come on,
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
come on, because we have so many examples now of positive businesses, entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I mean, there's just so
Bosses.
right. There's
Right.
so many opportunities. There's just so many examples that it's like, are we really still doing? I mean, I know we are, but it's like, come
Yeah.
on.
It's like enough
so we
is
talk
enough.
about staying woke. It's like, come on.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean?
But
Come on.
everybody want to talk about staying woke. Everybody's down for the cause until you are the
Till
cause.
you are the cause.
Once you the cause, and you're like, whoa.
And you gotta. I
This
mean,
one
that's
left.
Right.
yeah. Like
Right.
that's crazy.
No,
So
I just think I just think that for 2018, I think that again, being woke is a great thing, but I think you just need to be do your research. Don't just be out here saying stuff and not really with no background. You haven't looked into it. I watched Bill Maher, and he would always say that he feel like Americans are so ignorant to a lot of things. They just don't research, and it's like, stop giving people a pass to be ignorant. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get, like, some people don't have access. I get that. So everybody don't have access to information sometimes. But he's saying some of y'all who do still don't look into it. Like, you only
Right.
you
get
you
the
know,
headlines.
It's real surface, right?
Yeah.
It's like real surface.
I mean, people get their news now on Facebook.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Or there's whatever the scroll is across the bottom of the screen. And then we
Right.
don't, it's one thing to get that, but then take a few minutes to figure out, what does this actually mean? Like,
Right.
what are we actually talking about? But we'll just take it and run with it. And now stuff gets so turned around and
yeah.
misconstrued
It
that
gets out of, and you know what? Another thing. Oh, this is another thing I'm leaving. I'm about to start blocking people on Facebook because, like, some of the stuff that come up on my timeline, I'm like, really? Like, I don't want to see nothing gross. I don't want
Right.
to see people's
You don't
mouth
see the
messed
pimple?
up. I don't want to see big pimples being popped.
I love the pimple
I
pop.
don't want to see, like, I don't know what it, like. What
That's
you
what we
doing?
need to
Really
leave.
get the sesame.
Come on now.
They
Don't
go-
nobody want. Yo, I don't want to see that.
The other thing that we need to leave, that people need to leave, is like when they're in the hospital and they're
I don't.
doing
That's another thing.
selfies of themselves
Selfies
in,
in the
the hospital
right
bed.
now, but you on social media?
Like,
We
You
need
just
to
got
we need to
whole
leave
shots,
that
but you on
in
social-
2017. Like, I don't need
Well, I
to see
think
your
we need to be
IV.
mindful of what we put on social media.
I don't need to see your
anyway.
IV.
Nobody wants to see your IV, but I think, and also, like, people shouldn't be finding out death notices before the whole family know, and you telling them grandma passed away. Like, wait until the family comes together, and then we
Make a
we make a
decision.
decision once we have the
That is
funeral
a pet peeve
arrangement.
of mine. I
Once we
don't
had the
trust-
funeral arrangement, you ain't got the funeral arrangement. You already posted. Grandma done died. I done lost, another angel in the sky. Which I'm saying, once everybody knows, but cousin so and so shouldn't be finding out on Facebook.
That's messed up.
Now, if cousin is out of town and can't be reached,
Right.
you missed the opportunity to know about grandma. So I get it. Okay,
Nah.
fine. No, I'm just saying, like, there's some people who he might be out of the
Yeah.
country. So
Well, yeah, I mean, we do have a family page that, like, but we don't, like, when we just recently posted about somebody dying, but we
But it was
waited.
on a family page.
It was specifically on a family
no,
page.
I think that's fine. No, the
But it
family
wasn't.
page-
It wasn't like.
I'm talking
oh
about
my
on
God,
your timeline saying
just
whatever.
a random.
Right
Yeah.
now, once it's all said and done
Yeah.
and people know,
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
I
agree.
mean, yeah, I mean, I posted
I
that on
don't-
my grandfather,
that
but
is-
it was like everybody.
Yeah, everybody knew.
You know,
The main
right?
people that needed to know knew, and then
Right.
Yeah.
And not just that, and people, if I understand even people getting prayers. I don't think anything's wrong with that. People asking for prayers on Facebook. I just
Right.
think that also when somebody say so and so, that then people want to ask what happened to so and so, but then they don't know how to ask. So I feel like you need
'Cause
to
it's-
message them.
yeah.
No need to go into the comments and be like, so what happened? So, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's not
You
like
can- you can
400
message the
comments
person.
in.
right 400
Yeah.
comments. Like
You trying
stop.
to figure it out? Stop it.
Yeah.
It's too much.
So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
But
that
Jennifer
should be.
just said it. Like it's the attention and the likes that
It is.
have people acting
We
crazy.
do
They're
things for likes.
reaching this. The thirst for likes and
Yeah.
attention.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Like that's what we out here doing.
Yeah.
Why? For who?
That's
For
why you
what?
have people holding on the thing, doing this.
Right.
And
just
not
out
saying
here
anything.
But then I'm unstoppable if I'm like,
Please stop.
back the camera up.
Right. Why? Because I can see your nose hairs.
Cause your forehead is this big and you this close.
No, I
Give
think
me room.
no. You're right. I
Say
agree.
something.
I think that we just, people just need to be mindful of what
But
they
that-
put on social media.
I was at a party. I'll never forget. It was like a little house party gathering. And this woman was sitting there the entire time, said nothing to anybody. And I wasn't feeling 100%. So I was kind of in the corner, just like, and I like to people watch because people are just interesting to me. But the whole time, she was on social media. Every song that came on, instead of jumping up, getting on the floor and dancing, she would jump up and be in the corner. It's my chick. All night. Like, you didn't do anything with any of the people that were there. You didn't laugh. You didn't joke. And the little things that happened, such and such, spilt the little such and such, and everybody started laughing like, girl, you
She
missed
missed it.
everything. You were
But
not present.
People,
Wow.
but
You
that's
so were not in the moment.
people
Wow.
don't. Also, your phone is a sense of security.
It
Because like
is.
if you somewhere
Absolutely.
and you don't know anybody, that's the first thing you look at your phone. Probably dead. It's on 1%.
Right.
You like this. No, right.
Just waiting.
Right,
Waiting
just
for the
waiting.
little-
Like, so it is a sense of security.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes people
Yeah.
use that as just a way, a distraction and comfort. And what did Ren say? Back to no judgment zone.
Oh, wait, hold.
Hold on. She want to go back and say, what did it say?
Social media is meant to be fun and informative, not into hurting feelings. People talk too much instead of listening.
Yeah.
Attention seekers.
No, it's
No,
true.
absolutely.
And I mean, literally, people are not even engaging. Like you're saying, like they're not present. People are not even engaging
Yeah.
one another. Because, like you're saying, sometimes it is a phone
Yeah.
call. But we just see they checked in on
Yeah.
Facebook. Oh, they must be good. Meanwhile, they might be at home hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't even do that.
Right, but I think that because I think it is like you said, the comfort is if I am feeling alone or
Yeah,
lonely or
I can look at
whatever.
my phone.
Right, and even if I'm at a party, if I don't know anybody and I don't really feel like engaging with the people in front of me,
Right.
that I'm engaged with people who aren't even here. But if that's the case, just stay home.
Right. But it is now. Sometimes if you're on the metro, it is
Well,
a good
yeah, but
distraction
that- 'cause it's
so
you're
I don't
killing
want
time.
you talking to me.
Right, but you're killing time. But if you're at a social event,
No, you had social event, right? Well, that's what they were saying about at concerts. Like I looked at and everybody got their phone like that. Oh, when they had I watched the championship game and they had Kendrick Lamar, and everybody is like, and I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, I was there. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and they got everybody like this, recording
Filming.
him.
As opposed to
filming
just
him, and I'm like,
watching.
just being in a moment. That's what they're saying when the Pope came. People were like this. Let me like,
looking at him through this,
instead
when
of
he's like
being
right there.
And you know what? It was experience. That's why sometimes when I go places, I don't take pictures. My friends
Yeah.
get on me all the time. When you gonna load the picture? When you gonna put the picture? I rarely post pictures Or I rarely take pictures. I try to, but it's like I do want to capture the
No,
moment.
sometimes I don't
get it,
either.
but sometimes I don't take pictures because it's just like I just want to be in the moment of what's happening.
Because by the time you get the right angle and the thing,
Because then I took like 5 selfies to get it right.
Right.
I'm just like, it's just too much work sometimes. It's like, oh, well, wait a minute, this one. Oh, let me show. No, take this again. And they know any picture they take of me, I'm like, let me see what's going on.
Right.
Like, I don't, I don't
that.
approve. I need to see it. Because, they looking all like, girl, that's my best picture. And you all like this. Like, Like, but I do like to be in the moment. I don't really just snap
I think
away.
you can balance both. I feel like I love capturing the moment. I like the pictures.
You
I
take
love
a lot of
the
pictures.
I love pictures though.
But you're good at
No,
it.
you
I
are
love
good
the
at it.
flashbacks. I love when they come across the timeline like, oh, do you remember?
Yeah.
Those are important moments to me. I like that. But no, it's not the entire night that I'm here. No, that's
Right.
unacceptable.
No, and I think, then I also don't post that night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I try to wait.
I've gotten better with that.
Yeah, because I don't want people, oh, you was at so-and-so. I'm like, man, like,
I
you
mean,
just,
that's what it's
I guess
for.
that's what it's for.
That's
Is that what it's
for.
about?
I mean, it is.
But I do like Instagram that you could just do pictures. Like, I don't really,
Yeah, I
that's another
prefer
thing. Like, I
Instagram.
don't really want, then that's the other thing. Then you gotta figure out what should I
And the
write?
hashtag.
Where did I put the hashtag? Like, it's just too much
It is
work.
too much.
And I'm just like, why do we have to think that hard? Like, I just want to be, because some people have like some cute little things that
Yeah.
they put in. I'm like, oh, that was really cute. And then you be sitting there like, before you post a picture,
What am
then
I
you got what I'm gonna
saying? What's
say,
his thing?
what about this,
What's his thing?
hashtag such and such, hashtag look at me, black excellence, look at me, black love, just me and him, I love him, we 14. Like, it's all like, it's just,
It's like
and
I wish
then,
your life was as interesting as your hashtags.
I
but it's
really, and it's not, it's
Mm,
not,
that's a good
it's
point.
really not.
It's not real.
And then I have I know my husband, he's gonna kill. I ain't gonna say.
No, you started. Say it, Pat. I hope you're listening. Tune in.
No, because he
Somebody
always
will
say,
call.
because he got an issue with, like, he not into.
Check in first.
Yeah, I mean, I say that. No, it's just funny though, because
It
he's
is
just not
funny.
into social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just like, he's so over it. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like,
ridiculous.
it can't be, it's overwhelming.
But that's like I had a friend who got upset with me because I started. So I'm all about these little mini movements that I
What movements you
create.
got? You making many movements?
Stay
I'm
woke.
trying
Because you
to.
so woke.
Stay
In
woke.
my mind, I've been making many movements. So I had my More Than a Pretty Face movement.
Oh, right, okay.
Where I was telling people like, post something that you do other than look good or
No.
be fly or be in
No,
the
that's a good
concerts
movement.
or have the what else are you doing? How are you giving back to your community? God forbid if you were to leave this earth today or tomorrow, what can I say about you besides you was fly? Like,
Shutting people down like that?
get your life together.
They just wanted to
Your
be fly.
priorities are not in
They just
order.
want to be fly.
Right.
Like,
Saying, how are you serving the community with your
they
flyers?
just click. I would like to know.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Right, okay.
So I think that's important. Like, post something other than your pretty face. Like, I'm not taking that away from you. You're gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. That's wonderful and all that. But besides that, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, because you have the attention of the people. You got the 100 likes. What are you doing with it?
But then
Still good.
on the flip side is then when people post the things that they do that are good deeds or whatever, they say, oh, now she wanted to show. Like, you can't win out this joint. Like,
People about you be great.
they don't want you to be great. And you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, it doesn't matter.
And that's why-
Because I tell you something. Do you follow Diddy? You don't follow Diddy? I follow Diddy. And it's like, sometimes it's between him and DJ Khaled, like, it's just overload.
I definitely don't follow DJ.
And let me just say this. I like them both, right? But sometimes it's just too much. It is. It's like this. I got that. And I know he do it. I think he does it. I don't know him, neither one of them personally. But to celebrate the things that their accomplishments and all that. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. But but when the son,
Oh, the baby.
the
Yeah,
baby, it's shit. Like, I'm just like,
child.
DJ Khaled, I
child.
really like you.
Yeah.
And I like what you're doing. And I'm here for another one. And another one. But if the son had a birthday party and lived like that kind, like
Yeah. But I
the
think
baby was turning one.
I know. It doesn't. Not even gonna remember.
Nope.
Probably forgot already.
The baby was turning
I
one.
forgot that night.
Hold on.
Right.
The baby was turning one and they had the big party and lived
It
like
was a club.
at the club. And Diddy was hosting because he's a godfather.
That probably
So
won't
can
even
you
be around
only
by the time he's old enough to get in.
hold on?
It's like,
So you can only imagine when Diddy and DJ Khaled come together.
I mean.
And then the baby,
I'm not
and the baby's a freaking adorable. So it's not even that. It's
Yes.
just like, it's so much. And so I'm just saying sometimes with social media,
Ugh,
and of
I'm
course he got
exhausted.
followers and he got all of this, like, but his followers and the movement that he has pushed his brand.
Right.
So I get that. But I'm just saying, sometimes, like I was listening to the Black Women Own.
Oh,
Absolutely,
Black,
yes, absolutely. Listen to another podcast. And I was listening to them, and one of the things she said, they had a guest on there, and one of the things she was saying is that she does have a lot of followers. You know, it's been built over time, but she was saying that she doesn't always post. And she said, and when I do post, it is a meaningful post. At least I try to. Like, I'm not just one of those people that just post every day. I got to do this, I got to do that. She said, because to me, like, it's too much. And you get caught up in, like I said, the hashtags and the this and the that. And so I'm just saying, sometimes it's nothing wrong with putting a nice saying or posting your picture. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. For people, more power to you. Because I'm saying, if you got the energy and time to do it, God bless you.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is sometimes it just, then I feel like when I see like the teenagers and what it does to some of the millennials and the ones younger than that, it's just, to me, it's like constant. It's overkill. It's like too much. And I'm like, I don't know if it's maybe just my age and all
I was
that.
about to say, because part of one of my mottos I know for this year is like, we going hard in the paint.
Right.
We have things to do.
We do have things to do.
We have
I ain't
things
mad
to
at
do.
it.
Like, we're on a mission. We have things to accomplish. We don't have the time.
Right.
We don't have the time. And that's partly why she doesn't post as much. Like, she's making moves.
She is making moves.
Like, when you have things to do,
Right.
you don't have time
Right.
to post
And sometimes it will
all
just be
the
a
time.
picture
And so
with no caption. And that's okay.
And
I
that
think
is
I'm
totally
you know what?
okay.
That's
Like,
what I'm doing 2018. I ain't doing no captions.
just let
posting.
it speak for itself.
I'm just posting out this joint.
And let it speak for
I'm
itself.
sorry, now I'm gonna put captions.
She is. That's all.
I'm going to put captions. But I'm just saying,
But
you're
you know
right,
what I mean? When you have things to do, when you're busy, then you're not going to be posting all the time. You're
Right.
not. That's not going to be the
Right.
main priority. It's
Because
like,
the
oh,
celebrities have.
They do have
social
people
and you
media
have right. We don't have
They
a
do.
team
They
of people.
have, Beyonce doesn't
Don't
just
even
take
start with
selfies.
Beyonce.
Oh,
There's
my
lighting
God.
production. There's hair and makeup.
There's hair and
Those
makeup.
aren't just you caught me in the moment.
Right.
She's never caught in a moment.
Except when she was at the basketball game rocking
Rock
back and
back,
forth.
that was a moment. You
That was it. But that was the
That
only
was the
time
last
she had a
moment.
moment. Other than that,
That was the only
she
moment.
don't. But I appreciate the fact that she, you know, when she put something out, she gonna put something out. Like,
Right.
it's not, you know, and the Beehive, trust me, you ain't gotta worry about that because
Right.
the Beehive has tons of sites or pages set up just for her moments.
Absolutely. To capture them.
Just to capture her
Nice.
moments.
Speak negatively about the
Oh, I don't.
No,
I'm
never.
not, because if you know, like I know,
This
ain't what you, exactly.
want.
If you know, like I know,
Not today.
they'll be outside.
Yeah.
So I don't do it. I'm here for girl. I look at the Beehive stuff. I'm like, yes, do it, Beehive.
But I think this is gonna be a good year though.
No, I think
feel like
so.
it's gonna be a good year.
No doubt in my mind. I think that if you stay focused, like
Go
staying
hard in the
focused on the
And
task
stay
at hand.
focused. Go hard in the paint and stay focused.
And even when you get knocked down,
That's right. Get
a
back
little
up.
shift.
That's right. You get back up and
You
keep
get
it
back up.
moving. And then you
Yes.
say, nope,
Not today.
not today.
Not today.
Not today.
And then you say, yeah, it's a no for me. Like, I ain't doing it.
Because this ain't what you want.
There you go. That's what you tell. You tell the devil
So
that
that's
girl.
something.
This ain't what you want.
You ain't about that life.
You ain't about that life.
We should come back from when they say, "Oh no, it is."
Oh, okay.
Oh, uh-oh.
So you
But
thought it was. All right.
What you doing? What you on in your back pocket? Like,
No, I was like, it's about to go down.
hold on.
I was adjusting myself.
But
Sorry.
we already said,
No,
if you
but
come,
that-
she's already waiting.
This is the warning. This is like this saying is the beware of dog on the door. If you decide to walk across my threshold, then you get what you get. But I warned you that this
That's
ain't
right,
it.
because she's already over there.
Cause I ain't ready. My petty is on 1,000,000 and it's ready at the drop of a dime.
I wish y'all told me y'all was doing the shirt. Like,
Wow, what was your shirt gonna be?
shirts. Ooh, my shirt be?
Yeah, what's your shirt gonna say?
You really want to know?
I need
we
to know
do.
now. I need to know.
Alright, so
Well, it's a build up. Like,
if I had a shirt, so you understand what they had? See, they got their shirts.
I
Y'all got their shirts.
I want a shirt too.
They didn't
We
tell
got
me they
you.
were wearing shirts. If I had a shirt on,
What was that?
it would say,
Hell no, to the no, 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 yeah, to the no, hell to the no, to the no, 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 hell no, to the no, no, hell to the no, no, to the no, no,
on that note,
to the no, to the no.
all I got to say is just saying, make 2018
Said,
great.
hell no to the
Whatever
no,
your
no.
great is.
No.
Go hard in the paint.
Yes.
2018.
Go hard.
Stay focused.
You hear that?
Right.
That's your word.
Just
Hell no to the no.
Just
But no, I want to say in 2018, this ain't what you want. Doesn't have to necessarily be petty or negative. It could be you standing your ground, pretty much saying, no, I'm not going to be looked over for this promotion at this time. I'm going to demand your attention. I'm going to demand your respect, because
Time's up.
what happens with you not doing that and you not granting that for me is not going to end pretty for you. So this ain't what you want.
all right. Well, I mean, hey, I'm here for it. I think that everybody, again, staying focused on the task at hand. And the reason why I say yes and no for me, because I think this year, more than anything, you can say no. No, and
Hell
no.
no.
And sometimes,
No.
And sometimes what?
and hell no.
And the hell no. Sometimes you gotta let them know. You gotta let them know. That's your word. What's
Yeah.
your- oh, hers is just a note.
Nope, not today. Not today.
So, yeah. So
When you're
you all, I
exasperated, you
guess,
gotta add that in there.
we got you. I mean, this is kind of like the precursor to our T-shirt line
We are.
that will be coming out.
Coming soon. Shadisms.
Yes, our shadisms.
Shadisms.
Shade is.
You gotta let them know. You gotta let the people know. Sometimes you can't even say it. You just gotta wear it.
That's why I said I'm on all three, and I wear it on the appropriate day.
That's
That's
it.
right.
That's what you gotta
Exactly.
do. That's what you do. T-shirts
Exactly.
for every day.
Keep
Even
it on
at
the
work.
keep it on the
Come
ready.
in, right, come in the meeting. You know what? Give me a second. Give me a second.
Let me change.
Let me adjust myself.
Right.
Sit right in front of the person, like.
Right. You see that?
That's for
Right.
you. That's
So
for
yeah,
you.
coming soon. You all will have our T-shirts, our shady
Yes.
tees with our shadism. So we want to thank you all for joining us today. We had a long night. I feel like it was more than an hour. Was it?
Probably.
It was an hour.
Oh wow.
Oh, I
did
feel like
feel like it
long.
was
I
long.
felt like it was going on.
3 minutes, it'll be an
Oh, was it?
Really?
Oh, go us. We did that thing.
Oh.
All right. You ain't it.
Anyway.
Yo, you know what? For 2018, I'm really gonna work on that.
What?
I'm gonna really work on being on time, because that's a real problem. I'm gonna work on it though. I can't
Yeah.
say.
It-
I'm saying I'm gonna work
Work.
on it.
And that's why we said at the beginning.
Right. I need.
Right.
I need.
It's not
to-
about setting yourself up. It's about doing things that's attainable. So you make small
make small changes.
changes.
That's my goal, to make small changes.
So if you
to
get
be-
there 15 minutes late, then maybe now you're only 10 minutes late. So that by December, you on time.
See, that's why I have you in my village. Because the village, you gotta have somebody who, can really coach you through
That's
you
right.
making your transition. But then
It's
you
a
have
process
somebody.
because you're gonna.
It is
Some
a
days
process.
you're gonna be 30 minutes late. So you're gonna backslide, but
Right. And then
Stay
you
focused.
just don't. But then when you got somebody in your village
you
who
stay focused.
constantly, want to shade you and tell, calling you. Like, I wasn't gonna bring up the fact that I was late. That was something that was
So
an
we're
internal
leaving-
thing that I was gonna work on myself.
But see,
Try to
once
get
you
myself
put it
together.
out into the
But now
universe,
it's
the
out there,
universe
so
will
now
help.
people gonna hold me accountable.
Thank
That's right.
And
you
I
guys
really
for
wasn't
tuning in.
here
This was
for
a
the
fun
accountability.
conversation.
I wasn't here for the accountability of my
Starting
lateness
off
yet.
2018 on a good foot.
I wasn't
But
there
the
yet.
universe will
I
rise
love
up
it.
to meet you. So now that you've set
I'm
it in
here for the
motion,
universe.
And as
I'm here for
Krishna
the
pushes
universe.
through for 2018 and get that together, I want to thank you all again for joining us on this episode of A Side of Shade. I am Kristen. This is Krishna.
I'm Victoria.
Have a good night, y'all.
Bye.
Wow.
You have to be shut down.